Hi, welcome to Brady's Blunders, where I show you the mistakes in my games in the hopes that you don't make them in yours. This is a continuation of the last video, which, if you remember, I was utterly devastated in the lower left-hand corner. I have nothing, and my last move was to come out at A. Well, it's 30 moves later, and the position's gotten a lot better. After moving out with A, I set it up as a sacrifice and was able to get really good thickness as a result. As a matter of fact, the lower right corner has become cash, and I've got power facing towards the center. White has recently moved out with this B stone in hopes of eating C. Now let's place a black stone here and look at the board again. Well, the lower right-hand corner is as big as White's lower left-hand corner, even with the prisoners. And Black's corner has more potential for growth. So honestly, the game isn't bad. But before playing this immediately, I decided to make a probe at the top. My goal with this move was, at a minimum, to reduce White's top. But if things went really well, I hope to be able to split White off and start a fight. Well, White said, okay, you're right, I do want to eat that single stone over there, and played here. So after my Hane, she descended, and then I came here. Well, it's not good for White to cut anymore, because I can play here, and if she defends and connects, I actually can devastate the corner. So her block doesn't work. So instead of playing that, she showed flexibility and said, fine, I'll eat your cutting stone, which I was happy to let her do and come back and connect. So White said, all right, if you're going to go ahead and cut up my top, I'm going to destroy your left-hand position, which, you know, again, a trade is fine for her. Then I played here. Please note she cannot Hane. So she descended, and then I played here, and I've succeeded at my goal. The bigger, better one of splitting White into two. So she connected out. And here's the position that I'd like to talk about. Where would you play next if you were Black? Go ahead and pause and take all the time you want to think, because I had plenty of time left on the clock. Well, I'll bet you didn't play this, which is what I played. And when my teacher saw it, she said, Brady, it's just like the first game you just passed. And she's right. And I'll explain why I did it in just a minute. But let me instead show you the very brief continuation. She came out, and without a thought, I mean, in like an instant, I plopped down this stone, the power cap, and said, ha! You don't have any eyes. Where are you going to run to? So she looked at the board, and then she looked at me quizzically, and then she looked at the board, and she played here. Well, I looked at the board, and I looked at her horrified. I looked at the board, and I said, oh, just give me a minute. Give me a minute. I'll resign in a minute. She happily gave me the minute. And then I resigned, because Black is just dead. Ugh. I don't know if you remember, at the beginning of the last video, I said that Melissa Zhang played solid positions and seemingly has a really good eye for killing moves. Well, this was one, and down here was one. So she had two against me in one game. Well, when I first thought about the game, I was really upset about this move without thinking. You know, how could you play that? But as time has gone on, This is the move that drives me crazy. Let's say instead I just help my shape and move out. What was it that I was looking at? What was it that why did I play that move on the first line? Well, there's a really common tsuji where white either plays this move, threatening to connect underneath, or make two eyes if you prevent the connection. So if black connects, then white plays here and gets two eyes. This is what I read. What I didn't read is that there aren't two eyes. There's just one. And that second eye is there sometimes, but not in this continuation. So I made a move on the first line, on the inside, rather than a move on the outside, for no good reason. It was effectively a pass, especially because white can make that an eye there and gote at any time. It was just a horrible move. Okay, let's say I play this move, and let's say white continues her strategy of devastating the left side, right? Well, now all of a sudden, I can play this move, which protects any potential cuts, and furthermore, because white has only one eye, white's got to run. White's going to run towards her friends over here, and I'm going to be chasing her towards her friends over there. And then once she connects, I'm going to be able to go back and play A. And since the territorial balance before was pretty close, give me this huge moyo, and the game should be really good for black from this point on. Well, okay, so maybe white shouldn't devastate the left. Let's say white comes out this way instead, all right, because she can read the same thing and says, well, I better not let him get that huge moyo. Well, then I can go ahead and settle the left. And then I accomplished the mission I sent out for in the first place, which was to greatly reduce the top, and I didn't kill myself on the left in the process. So this is still a pretty good result. But boy, wasn't it nice when I was building that moyo. Is there any way I could, this way I gave her the option of stopping it. I gave her the option of stopping it when I played this move. Could I play her move myself instead? Well, she can definitely do even more damage to the left side this way. This move is definitely sente. And then she can leave it and come back later. But right now, she needs to help her top group. So she could play something like this. I can just play solidly, continue to chase her to her other friends over here in sente, and then again, come back and play A. I got effectively the same result as I did in the good variation before. So the game should be good. This is really frustrating for me to look at because I realized I was just, 3 moves away from a really good sequence if I didn't blunder. So, back to the blunder. Explain it. What do I need to do differently to avoid this? Well, in the first video, I did the same thing. I did a pass blunder, a move that was effectively no better than a pass. But I gave the excuse, well, I'd like to think it's because I was in Byo-Yomi. Well, I'm only 87 moves into this game, and I play slowly, but not so slowly that I'm anywhere near Byo-Yomi, so I can't blame that. No, instead, I knew a tsuji for white, and in my mind's eye, I pictured it and thought it worked. So, my reading was bad. Since I've started filming this video, I've done over 200 Go problems. So that tells you what I think my problem was in this game. And my problem was at this Congress. Reading. Okay. In the next game, I didn't make a huge blunder that should have cost me the game. Yay! I did, however, make a really big error in judgment on the direction of play. And I'll show you that next time. Thanks for watching.